In this video we're going to take a look at a feature of Excel called conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is a process that lets you change the appearance of a cell based on the data that happens to be in the cell. So you can make it real easy to see the biggest numbers in a list or the smallest numbers in a list or anything that you want by using colors, by using symbols. There's a number of different ways to do it, but the whole idea is to be able to take a whole bunch of data and quickly look at it, and by its formatting, see trends or pick out items that you think are important. So let's take a look at some of the examples. We're going to format the numbers here in column C, and these are some let's say they're test averages for some students, and we're going to go to the Home tab, and there's in the Styles group over here there's a conditional formatting option, and we're going to do data bars first. Data bars just puts a bar in the cell that is proportional to the size of the number in the cell. So let's click off, and you see 99 is probably one of the biggest numbers in the cell here, and so that gets a bar that goes almost all the way across. 15 is a very small number, so it gets a very short bar, and so very quickly you can look down the list here, and by the size of the bar you can tell how big the number is. So it gives you a way of looking at a picture instead of looking at a number to determine a value. And I think we can, no, we don't get a live preview here, but we can change the colors here. Nothing else changes, it's just, whoops, got to select my data again. Let's try that again. We do get a live preview if I've got the data selected ahead of time. So I can just pick the color. You can also get a solid fill instead of a gradient fill. I'm guessing the gradient fill probably makes it for a little bit easier reading. But that's how the data bars work. There's also a color scales, which changes the color. Before I do that, I better clear the rules that I have, otherwise it's going to get kind of cluttered. So I can also do color scales, and the problem with the color scales here is that you have to memorize which color is the low numbers and which color is the high numbers, and so I don't think this is really all that useful. So that's all we're gonna do with that one, is just take a quick look at it. We've also got icon sets here, and again we can do a live preview. So we use colors and icons both to indicate the value in the cell. So a large number in the cell will be represented by green, and it's going to be going up. A middle number will be represented by yellow, and it's going to be pointing to the right, and a small number will be represented by red with an arrow pointing down. And we can do 4 groups, we can do 5 groups, we can do some different shapes other than arrows, we can do bars, we can do circles that are filled in, we can do stars. So those are the icon sets. We've also got the ability to highlight cells that are in a certain range. So let's say I'm looking for the students who might not be doing so well, so let's do less than. And let's pick a number here. Let's say anything less than 60. And it gives you a default formatting here. It says light red fill with dark red text, which is what we get for all the numbers that are less than 60 over here. But you can also do your own custom format. So let's say that I want a fill color, and let's say I want those all to stand out with red, and I can click on OK here, and all of the ones that are less than 60 will stand out with a red box around them. And you've got the flexibility here to do the same thing with any relational value or any relational operator that's available in Excel. So that's how conditional formatting works.